Marcus was sitting in a coffee shop when a stranger looked at him and said something he wasn't prepared to hear. "You're gonna be wealthy. I can tell." Marcus laughed. He had $340 in his account. He was behind on one bill. He hadn't told anyone. But the stranger wasn't looking at his bank account. He was looking at something else entirely. Wealth shows up in behavior before it shows up in a bank account. The signs come first. The money comes later. The number one sign on this list shows up so early that most people walk right past it without ever knowing what it meant. By the end of this, you'll know if you already have it. While everyone else watched what rich people owned, the cars, the houses, Marcus was watching something different. He was watching how they built it. Most people study the lifestyle. Marcus studied the mechanics. You don't hate the wealthy because you can never become what you hate. You read the biographies. You watch the interviews. You look at people who started with nothing and built something real. Instead of dismissing it as luck, you take notes. At first, it's about money because money solves money problems. But eventually, you realize the deeper prize is freedom. Your mind feeds on what it consumes. Consume drama. Your world fills with drama. Consume financial content. You start seeing opportunities most people walk past. There's a decision Marcus made at 23 that most people never make at any age. He stopped trying to cut his way to wealth. There's a floor to how low your spending can go, but there is no ceiling on how much you can earn. You can cut your way to survival. You have to earn your way to freedom. Increasing income is still not the final game. The final game is turning income into ownership. High income makes you comfortable. Ownership makes you free. Voice over match. Marcus almost didn't get the job that changed his life. Not because he wasn't qualified, because he almost didn't ask for what he was worth. He pushed, and that conversation, the one he almost didn't have, was worth more than 3 years of savings. Poor outcomes come from expensive silence. You're getting comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. Your terms are part of your wealth. The salary, the equity, the upside, the ownership, the exit. Bad terms can make a great opportunity worthless. Good terms can make a small opportunity life-changing. There is a conversation you have been avoiding. It is quietly costing you. Marcus used to be stressed about money. Then he changed one thing. Not his income, not his spending. The way he thought about money entirely. Broke people think life is a movie happening to them. Rich people treat it as a game they're actively playing. Money is part of that game. There are rules, resources, trades, and skills. And like most games, once you learn the rules and start winning, you stop hating it. You set financial milestones and you hit them. Every wealthy person operates from this exact lens. While his friends saw books, courses, and mentors as expenses, Marcus saw them as the highest return investments available. Every paycheck Marcus ever received was proof that somebody else had figured out how to monetize his skills better than he had. You're compounding your understanding. The money already exists. You just don't know how to get to it yet. People who invest in themselves report 6 to 8 times return on that investment within 24 months. Because knowledge compounds the same way money does, quietly, invisibly, and then all at once. Quietly, invisibly, and then all at once. Marcus had all 5 of those signs before he had any real money, before the account looked different, before anything in his external life had changed. What signs 6 through 10 looked like, the ones that operate almost entirely beneath the surface, invisible to everyone around you. Because they don't look like success. They look like ordinary decisions. And that's exactly why they work. The sign at number 1 is the one that started this story. The thing the stranger in the coffee shop saw before Marcus saw it himself. We're getting there. But first, the signs that most people overlook entirely. Because they don't look like success. They look like ordinary decisions. Marcus had 5 signs already. Before the money. Before anything external changed. Signs 6 through 10 were decisions happening quietly, in the background, invisible to everyone around him. Marcus had a problem most people never name correctly. He had the wrong voice in his head. He didn't fix it by silencing the voice. He replaced it. Sign 10 is that you have a mentor or follow people who are mentor-like. A good mentor shows you that what you're trying to do is possible because they did it. You listen because their mistakes are a map. a map that could save you 10 years of wrong turns. The biggest upgrade in your life is sometimes not a new strategy. It's a new voice. How old were you when you made your first dollar outside a job? Marcus remembered exactly. He was 19. The earlier you make money, the more time you have to get good at making money. Overnight success usually takes about 7 years. Getting comfortable with making money while young makes you unemployable later in life. If the idea of working for someone else forever feels wrong in a way you can't fully explain, know that this is not a character flaw. It is a direction. Marcus didn't cut people off dramatically. There was no announcement. He just became more intentional. He sat down and wrote the names of the 5 people he spent the most time with and calculated the average of their ambitions. The result was uncomfortable. Your income is the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You started seeking people who were 1 or 2 levels ahead, even if it meant being the least experienced in the room. The people ahead of him weren't smarter. They'd just been playing the game longer. You let the relationships that pull you backward fade without guilt. When you join a gym, you don't go straight to the heaviest weights. Broke people think you need to be rich to start investing. That's like saying you'll go to the gym once you're fit. Investing is a muscle, and muscles grow only when you train them. The world doesn't reward what you intend to do. It rewards what you can prove. Marcus opened an investment account with an amount that felt almost embarrassingly small. He stopped thinking of himself as someone who was going to invest someday and started thinking of himself as someone who invests. Marcus could tell you, to within $20, exactly how much money he had, how much he spent last month, and what his net worth was. You cannot improve what you do not measure. So you measure your money. As you keep measuring month after month, you develop something invaluable, an internal benchmark. You know if this month was better than the one before it. You know which direction you're trending. Rich people do this monthly, because surprises in your finances are almost always expensive ones. Marcus had 10 signs, 10 things already present before the bank account reflected any of them. Signs 5 through 1 are different from everything that came before them. Signs 15 through 6 are behaviors, things you do. Signs 5 through 1 are who you are. They are who you are, the identity underneath the actions. The one at number 1, the thing the stranger saw in that coffee shop before Marcus saw it himself. It is not a strategy. It is not a habit. It is the version of yourself you decide to become before the world has any evidence that you should. Before the world has any evidence that you should. The bank account is always the last thing to change, not the first. Identity moves first. And the one at number 1, the thing the stranger saw in that coffee shop before Marcus saw it himself, is the sign that everything else is built on. Marcus had 10 signs. Behaviors he'd built, decisions he'd made, habits proven through action. But the final 5 weren't things he did. They were things he had become. And the first of them showed up in a way he almost missed entirely. There's a difference between planning to do something and actually doing it. Marcus learned this watching 3 years pass while he researched a decision that should have taken a weekend. Reading about it isn't doing it. Planning isn't doing it. Talking about it isn't doing it for you. Sign 5 is that you possess a sense of urgency. You start before you feel ready. Doing it today puts you ahead of every other person planning to do it tomorrow. Marcus noticed in himself an almost artificial urgency, a refusal to let something take 6 months when it could take a day. If it takes you 6 months to do something that would take less than a day, you don't have what it takes yet. But noticing that is the first step. It's hard to explain, but Marcus had always known, somewhere underneath everything else, that he was going to be wealthy. Not hoped, not wished, known. It's just a matter of time until reality catches up with potential. Everyone wealthy is a little delusional about this, because the delusion is part of the equation. Self-confidence is the cheat code. We don't get what we want. We get what we are. You're a self-fulfilling prophecy. It never lost its grip on him, even during the $340 months. Pessimists sound smart. Optimists get rich. Optimism isn't pretending there are no problems. It's believing problems can be priced, solved, or turned into opportunity. People who get rich get called visionary because they see a future employees cannot. Marcus had stopped being the person who explained why something wouldn't work. He'd become the person asking what it would take to make it work. Most success is just something kept going long enough that it eventually clicks. The person who stays in the game longest meets luck more often, and you only need to get lucky once for it to change your life. Marcus thought about the version of himself who almost quit at year 1, at year 2, when nothing had moved, at year 3. He didn't. Persistence is an unfair advantage when everything else gets handed to people with a tap of a button. You know your family is taken care of if this works, and you're going to say you quit. And here it is, the one the stranger saw in that coffee shop before Marcus saw it himself. It starts with not asking if you can afford something, but how you can afford it. The goal you set isn't achievable on purpose, but it's directionally correct. Every no is a data point. Every roadblock is the world testing how badly you actually want it. The biggest challenge isn't strategy. It's identity. It's the moment you stop seeing the world through the lens of someone broke and start seeing it through the lens of someone for whom becoming wealthy is inevitable. You become rich twice. First in identity, then in reality. The bank account is the lagging indicator. Identity moves first. That morning in the coffee shop, they weren't looking at his account. They weren't looking at his clothes or his job title. They were looking at 15 signs, all present, all already there, in someone who had $340 and a bill he hadn't paid yet. The money hadn't arrived. The identity already had. How many of these 15 signs do you already have? Not how many will you have someday. How many do you already see in yourself right now? It doesn't begin with money. It begins with becoming the kind of person money eventually finds. The only truly wasted time in life is the time spent wishing yourself elsewhere, while life quietly waits to be lived right where you stand. You are under no obligation to be the same person you were yesterday. This is Marcus, and this was never a story about luck. It was a story about who you decide to become, long before the world has any evidence that you should.